blessing, 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 blessing. The way you walk, you.
Hot seat with Icy Jones. 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 Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Icy Jones, and you are now locked and tuned into my show, Hot Seat with Icy Jones, every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. on hot702.5fm.com. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Icy Jones. Welcome to Thursday morning. We in this thing, man, hot702.5fm.com, the hottest station in the city, making it happen, Captain. I like to say God is good, period. That's all I want to say right now. And at the end of the day, man, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy. We about 3 weeks into 2020 now, and I'm excited about what's going on out here. So I had a special guest that, you know, wanted to be here. I guess he was hitting me up, and maybe he come, maybe he not. But I have my guy, Augustus here. What's
up? How y'all doing?
How long we known each other, man?
I say a little close or a decade. Close to a decade or a decade. Because I know I came out here in like 2000.
2008 we was 2009. Okay,
10ish, you know.
Right. And you know, he's doing his thing out here in these Vegas streets with rare cloth apparel like that. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I met him out there doing music though, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Tell me how you got into music in the beginning, bro.
Okay. So I'm from Flint, Michigan.
Okay.
A small city on the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
I got into music.
Deacon T, what's happening, man? Hey.
Through my relatives, my family members. They go by a group by the name of the Dayton family.
Uh-huh.
And bootleg of the Dayton family is my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up in that whole era around MC Breed and the Dayton family. And just seeing that inspired me to get into music.
Okay. Got it.
But it was more like, I wasn't one of those kids that just say, oh, I can rap, I can do music or whatever.
Come closer to the mic for me, bros.
My life experiences made me start writing music, from being in the streets and selling drugs and going through relationship problems.
Right.
And you know, in our community, in the black community, we don't really speak to people. We don't really talk about our problems to each other.
Yeah.
So I found music as a way it was therapeutic for me to put my life in music, so to speak. So that's what got me into music, just finding an event, being able to vent and
turn that down for me. Matter of fact, you can even go live on Instagram right now. You can go not necessarily exit out, but just switch your screens to go to Instagram, because that's already going from our actual page on Facebook, hot702.5fm.com. Okay. And if you hit the watch party, then it'll be on your page, right?
Man, I'm not that savvy. Can you do that for me?
and I'm going to do this for everybody out there. Like, so you can go to Facebook and watch us live. You can actually then hit the watch party button for us, right? And hit the start button, and that's going to be on your page. Okay. And then you can actually switch out the windows, right? And then you can go to Instagram.
Man, you got it, man.
Right? Here you go. And then,
I'm an old man, when it comes to social media. I'm on it a little bit.
You better get on this thing, man. So now you can go live from Instagram. So now you're on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Bet. So now that we got that out the way, you do music.
Well, I did. You know.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So after that, you continue this path of music, and I meet you in Vegas, right?
Oh yeah. So what brought me to what brought me to Vegas is I came out here and visited like in the 90s, and it was just a place my uncle brought us because my uncle, I was raised by my uncle, which is, you know, my father, my mother's brother. And we would come out here on vacation, and we ended up moving out here in like 1999.
Okay.
And then we ended up staying out here for a little minute, and then, you know, we had some family issues back in Flint, so we ended up going back. And I built some relationships out here. I wasn't even into music. I wasn't even rapping. I was just out here, you know. I was rapping my cousin's lyrics, to be honest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I ended up going back to Flint. But what brought? Oh yeah, we back. I lost my train of thought. But what brought me back out to Vegas? It's just Flint, like, and I could guess Vegas and Flint are kind of the same in this regard. Like, you don't really hear about too many people making it out of Flint, Michigan. Like, you don't hear about record labels and record deals. So at this point in time in my life, I'm like, I gotta be closer to Atlanta, or I gotta be closer to California. Okay. And so it brought me to the West Coast to be closer to California. Yeah. And I had I don't know if you know D Blades and Rough House and them. Can't say that I do. So I came out here with saw them doing some shows. So I was like, let me go on out there and kind of get away from Flint, because I was in a bad space in Flint. Yeah. I was like, I was trying to get away from the street life and selling drugs, and I had in a relationship with a young lady that it was crazy. Like, it was like new Flint girls, man. It was on sight. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
So we do this thing. We meet. Then several years later, you come into a spiritual awakening. Tell me about your spiritual awakening, or maybe it's a rebirth, or when you got, you know, I guess more into Christ, or did you get saved at that time when we meet again?
What got me into Christ, it was just, I sat down with a young man and we just studied the scriptures. It was simple as that. Like, we just studied the scriptures. I never understood the Bible. I done been locked up and tried to read the Bible. I thought I understood it, but I could never understand it. But I always knew that the Bible was from God. I always believed in Christ, you know, believed that he existed. I knew that he died on the cross for our sins. I knew certain little information about Christ. It's like, you know of him. I knew of Christ. But then we go to John 1:1, and we start reading that. It tells us, to know God, you know, you got to obey him. You know what I'm saying? So you can know of God, but it's a difference between knowing of God and knowing God. You know what I'm saying? When you know God, you do what he say do. Yeah. When you know of God, you create your own righteousness. You know what I'm saying? So I had to study with a guy. I read the scriptures for myself, and it just, at that moment, it was just like, everybody always asks me, what happened to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what of course, what tragedy happened to you to make you, because they think, they associate when somebody turn to go to Christ. It was just,
it's got to be something devastating.
I realized that one day your life is going to be over, and you ain't going to be able to take clothes and material things with you, and it's a place that we can go of rest, and it's a place where we can go of torment. And I don't want to go to that place of torment. You know what I'm saying? So once I started accurately understanding the scriptures, I'm just a humble person. Like, I heard it, I believed it, and I obeyed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the scriptures say that, what's the scripture? It talks about he's a rewarder to those who diligently seek him. Yeah. So even though I felt like I wasn't really seeking God, I was just humble. Okay. And when I heard the truth, I was like, you know what? I let it all go like that. And it was struggle. It was hard, man, because at this point in time, I was starting to blow up in my career. I was signed to THC Records. We a little independent label we created, you know what I'm saying? And I had sponsors. I was running around with Soulja Boy. I was at Magic. I had sponsors.
Yeah, Dilly Boy was on something.
Yeah. So it was real
Dilly
difficult.
Boy was on something
for me to walk away from that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like as I started to pull away, it was pulling me closer. Okay. Like Reverb, number one. Yeah. I run into this guy named Big Mike Rob. And he's like a
over in LA doing this.
Yeah, he's like an artist manager for like Soulja Boy and B2K, and I would be running into him. And I was like, I got to get with him. And then it was like one time I ran into him at Magic. He was like, "What's up? What's going on with you? You a free agent?" Yeah. And he's like, "I thought all this time that you was on, cause THC they had me out here with a look." Yeah. So, and I couldn't even speak. I had to have somebody else speak for me because it was one of those times where it was like, dang, like this is something I was pursuing is now it's coming to pass. But we know, even in the scriptures, we see how Satan went up on the came to Christ and said, "I give you all this, you know, just bow down and worship me." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of look at my life like I just want to do right by people. I want to be a humanitarian. Like I want to spread love. I want to spread the truth.
So with the clothing, is that a piece of that? Because then you throw away all the music. Not necessarily throw it away, but you give it up, right? And then you get married.
Yeah.
And have a family.
Yes.
And then start a clothing line.
Yes. All right, so we're going to back up a little bit. So basically,
this is all after Christ.
Yes. So right? This is how I rock. Like, if it's either for God or against God. So I would mess with brands, and I would look at the images and the stuff that they was putting out and the message, and I was like, I can't rock with that. Yeah. I don't know what that means. Right. Even though like this Puma hat, I don't know what this means. Right. But I haven't found nothing associating as far as negativity with it. Right. Yeah. But I still wear it. But it's like at the end of the day, I want to get to where I'm just rocking my own brand, and it just come from like even my background in the streets, seeing the street guys. They had little clothing stores and little stuff like that. So that always inspired me to like, okay, I can do this, but it's other stuff I can do that's legal. So the rare cloth is just being cut from rare cloth. I don't know if they see the shirts, but it just mean, and this another thing. I didn't want to use God's word to like put on a shirt and sell it or nothing like that. I wanted to have something that was undertoning meaning where you would have to like do some research. But being cut from rare cloth, if you look up the word rare, it means to be unwanted, unspotted, peculiar, rare, limited. So it also goes in line. See, everything I do got to line up with scripture.
So how long?
You know what I'm saying?
Is it you and your wife, or is it just you?
As far as what?
The clothing line.
Me and my wife. It's crazy because my wife, like I be doing so much, and then my wife, she'll kind of sit back, and then I was kind of like falling back from it a little bit. Like I'm the type of person, I'm pessimistic, and that's kind of one of my flaws. Like I just like wake up and be like, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. And my wife kind of encouraged me, like, no, you can't this far. You gotta keep going. Like, and she just took over. Like, she run the social media page.
You light up about that wife, man. You light up about that wife, man. I see you.
And it's crazy because
So when it come down to the actual apparel, right?
Yeah.
Is it already a full-fledged line?
I'm treating it like a merch. It started like a merch, you know, but I want to do some big things with it. Like, you know, Lord willing, it just, wherever it go. It's like, I just wanted to create something. Basically, everything I do is an extension of self. You know what I'm saying? Fashion is a big part of how I express myself creatively. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's your mood, it's your passion, it's your desire. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to create something that was positive.
So is it hard to do that? Is it hard to create something? Tell the cats out there, you know, what you have to go through or what you went through to first get it started. What did you do? Did you invest your own money? Did you save up? Did you and your wife go half? Like, what did you do to get your first pack? Get your first, you know what I'm saying?
I did? Okay. I did. Okay. I work for a cab company called Desert Cab. Shot them out, you know. And basically, I would see different drivers every day, and I knew they made money every day, so I kind of capitalized off the situation. I started bringing like phone cases and little things that, you know, I know that they could use. So I started like doing that. So I went to the owner of the company, the owner, you know, the owner's son, and he like around my age in his 30s, and you know, I was like, y'all make shirts. Can I take y'all logo and put it on some hats? Okay. And he was like, go ahead. He gave me the green light. And I'm like, do I got to give you any percentage, anything? He was like, no, I just want to see all the drivers wearing it.
Dope.
So like the next week, I went and got some dad hats, put the logo on there, and just started selling them at my company.
So you
know
took
what I'm
the money
saying?
they was paying you and invested it into your own product and sold it back to the company that's paying
Actually, I built my credit.
you. Well then, there's
Actually,
a telltale.
I built my credit because like coming from the streets of Flint, like all the people I grew up around were guys that was cash was king.
Okay.
I was never taught about credit. I was always taught get your money, have cash. But when then you start seeing people that's rich, even like Jay-Z and people like that speak about credit, and you know that we're poor to an extent, like we poor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So credit is a way. I treat credit just like I did back. I hate to use these analogies, but when I was in the streets, somebody give me something, I'm gonna give it back to you. I'm gonna get it back to you quick as I can. So I treat the credit the same way, and I kind of, with that first, I call it an entrepreneur type of investment because it wasn't my company. I took their logo and I did it. It didn't work out.
Okay.
You're gonna have pitfalls. Like it didn't work. I broke even.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I look at everything. I don't look at a loss as a L. I look at it as a lesson.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I took the knowledge. I'm like, you know what? I need to come up with my own brand.
Okay.
I need to make myself more expendable, more where I can sell to anybody. So So that was just influenced by this life, and always been a creative person, or an ambitious person.
Yeah.
And
How long you been at it now? Printing on shirts. And do you do it yourself, or do you still order through a wholesaler?
I do everything myself.
So you got the printer at home, presser at home, everything.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
home.
yeah.
Right. Now, is that a pretty penny? Can
Well,
somebody just jump into that, or is it something they need
Well,
to
right
save
now
up
I'm
for?
going through a warehouse. I got a warehouse.
Okay.
And I don't know if I want to give
yeah.
too much
No,
information because
it's
it's
just
not
about- it's
just me. I got business partners too. So.
No, that's straight. But I just give the people some idea of how to start the clothing line and kind of what it looked like to get there. You get what I'm saying?
But this is what I would say. I would say get something you believe in, something you think that's gonna sell.
Yeah.
And it's so many ways you can go. From my experience, I went through different shops and different print shops, and if you ain't getting large orders. I don't know why my phone keep cutting off. Sorry about that. If you ain't placing large orders, then they gonna tax you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna cost a lot of money. And I learned that do the pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as somebody order it, then I create the product.
So why not be a Christian rapper? Why put away music?
'Cause it's subjective, man. It's subjective.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and the scriptures tell us to go preach the gospel to every living creature.
Mm-hmm.
Preach the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Preach the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
And the gospel is found in 1 Corinthians 15.
Mm-hmm.
It tells us that the gospel is the death, the burial, and resurrection of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go preach that. Me preaching my life is not preaching the gospel. I mean, me rapping my life is not me preaching the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
God told us what the gospel was. And we know, when we look at the scriptures, we see that God is really specific. When he told Noah to build the ark, he told him what kind of wood.
Mm-hmm.
He told him the measurements. Well, what if Noah said, I'm going to go, you know what? God said go for wood. I'm going to use pine. It's still wood. He did it exactly how God told him to do it.
So God told you to put away music.
So I'm not saying-
there's no like he's not telling you can go pursue music anymore, even if it's for his glory. Like that's you know what I mean, because it's specific instructions for you not to be in music. Then it don't matter what type of music. Like you know what I mean. If that's what I'm hearing. God told you
this
no.
the thing is like when I say I'm rapping for God,
Yeah.
then it's kind of like for God.
Mm-hmm.
Now I believe I listen to music.
Yeah.
I even create a song and let my brothers hear it.
Yeah.
But when I say rapping for God, we can't find that in scripture.
Yeah.
So John 17:17 says, "Sanctify them by truth. Thy word is truth." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got notes. Hold on. Let me
So we get into rare cloth, right? Why do you want people to invest in your cloth? Why do you want people to purchase your clothing?
Hold on. So I have some notes in here, man. 1 Peter 4:11. If a man speaks, let him speak the oracles of God.
Mm-hmm.
So just touch on that. Like I don't think it's something wrong with me, like listening to some positive music or creating some content. It's like I said, it's subjective, and then the Bible speaks of it. If you offend your brother, so if I'm gonna make a song and I'm gonna offend some people, then I gotta put it away.
Right.
Even no matter how I feel about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I just think you can make music, but you're not gonna try to pursue it, and you're not gonna try to make it a living. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not trying to make it a living.
It's not there for you anymore. All right.
Yeah. That chapter in my life is kind of closed, but it did open up. Like I created a song, and I was letting people hear it, and it was just mixed responses. It was like some people was like, "You can do it," and some people was like, nah. But it was more like it's one of those things where I'm still looking at it, like I'm still looking at it, but it's more like if it's gonna cause division, I'd rather just walk away. Like it ain't like when I first got into music, it wasn't to make money. It was to, like I said, express myself. It was like a form of expression.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it never was like I saw how my cousins did it, and I would see them and the pitfalls they went through and stuff they went through, and I even I'm related to Frankie Lymon.
Tell us about the origins.
It's crazy because somebody hit me up on Instagram.
Is he your grandfather?
He's like,
or like a great
He's so many generations back.
Okay.
How
far back is Frankie Lymon?
He's like my grandfather's great cousin or something.
Oh,
it's crazy when I tried to look into that.
Still like reach all the way down to you, the last name Lymon?
Yeah, and it come from my grandfather's side, but it was crazy because somebody hit me up and they was asking me about Frankie. I said that's a little bit, that's general, but it made me kind of want to research it.
Yeah.
But I knew like the basis of Frankie Lymon's story is like he's from New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just looking at what he went through with the heroin, I put myself in his shoes a lot because when early on in my career, I was addicted to, I won't say addicted, but I have abused, harder drugs, marijuana, and like cocaine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I know how it feel to be in that space, but he wasn't able to get out of it.
Yeah.
And it took his life.
Right.
Frankie Lymon lost his voice and he lost his mind.
Yeah, it's got to be hard.
His voice gone. This how he make a living. This how he known. So, and just like wanting to fit in, like even growing up and wanting to fit in. Yeah. That's the whole reason why. So and when I started doing music,
you can relate.
I started fitting in.
Oh, okay.
When I started doing music, it was more like, once I started doing music, the girls started coming. You know what I'm saying? Everything just changed because I'm like,
how many young rappers say that, man?
It felt like I was back in high school, but I was chasing something. I was chasing popularity, and now the 35-year-old me is just more laid back and like just like my daughter. Like this, that's the only person. Like like I look for her. I see for her approval. Far as like,
out of 100% of your life, how much percent time do you spend on building the brand?
I spend a lot of time on it, but right now I'm working on balance because life is about balance, and life is all about balance to me. And I gotta remember I'm a priest, so my priestly duties could call me anytime. Like for instance, I was doing some shirts and I had a guy that called me. I've been planting seeds with for years. A friend of mine, he called me like, it's 2020, man. I'm ready to change my life, man. I'm ready to give it up. I'm ready, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to change, bro. So I had to stop that. Like, hey, look, let's sit down. Yeah. So we sat down. We had a Bible study, and him and his girlfriend ended up getting baptized like a day later.
Word.
So that's the type of stuff.
Those are your joys.
Because it showed me how powerful God's word is. And even through the social media, because he was telling me, like, it was a post that I posted on my birthday. I said, it's my birthday. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm not going to put all this poison in my body. I'm going to just chill with the family. It was one of those posts along them lines because I try to decode messages and what I put out. Okay. And he said it was that post that he kind of, like, looked at that and was like, man, you know what? I need to change my life. And it was because the scriptures speak of us like being that light in the world, you know what I'm saying? So any way I can to be a light and to be, like I said, a humanitarian and to put out positive energy. I just had a meeting. Let me give them a shout out over at Ferguson downtown with a young lady. Is crazy because I met her around the same time I met you about a decade ago, named Kelly Bennett, and she was a PR for me. Like, it's crazy because like the drive that I had in music that I'm still trying to bring it to other areas of my life and like in Christianity, the drive that I had would make people get on board. Like, this young lady came and PR for me and would, you know, help me out with, because I got a condition called GERD. And it's like a form of acid reflux, but it's more chronic, so it can mess me up, whatever I like, spicy foods and stuff. So she was like first person that introduced me to veganism, and we laughed about it because like even though I didn't take fully on become a vegan, I still like adopted some of those habits. You know what I'm saying? So we was talking about that, and, and we laughed about how, you know, she came to my crib and she's like, you got to get rid of all this stuff, and got trash in my refrigerator, took me shopping.
She gonna help you with the line? Is she still in PR?
Yeah, she a PR, and we working on. Let me tell you what we working on. We working on, cause she did an event before I had reconnected with her like last year about the Flint water crisis. So we spoke about taking my brand and basically we're gonna create some merch. And we gonna do an event, and we gonna give back to the city of Flint.
So tell me about that. When the last time you been home?
It's been a while. It's been like I've been back since this whole thing been going on.
Okay.
And it's like I'm definitely going back this spring.
You have people affected by that or no?
Yeah. I got people in my family that have
tell me about
Legionnaire's disease.
What's going on out there with this water?
You got people catching Legionnaire's disease in my family.
Legionnaire disease?
Legionnaire's disease.
What is that?
I don't even know.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But I know it's something bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and like even on your house, like say if you can't pay your mortgage on your house, they'll put a lien on your house. Well, if you don't pay your water bill, my bad, they'll put a lien on your house. But we can't use this water, so it just don't make sense. And I got a shout out to my cousin Ira Dorsey. He in with the community and with the mayor Karen Weaver. They out there doing a lot of work in the community, and it's like this. Like if I can help out, like if I can get 2 or 3 people some bottled water, so we can only do what we can. Like, and I know a lot of people, they say if I had this, I'd do this. If I had millions, if I had thousands, nah, just do what you can.
So right
you know
now,
what I'm saying?
With us speaking on that subject, what can someone do right now that's watching? Like, how can they get in contact with you if they want to give something? What do they do right now?
And we don't have. I don't have the my thing going yet that I'm trying to do, but I would say reach out to Ira Dorsey on Facebook. That's my cousin. I know he can contact you with the right people because I don't want to give nobody no false information. Yeah. But I know my cousin Ira Dorsey. He's doing stuff in the community, and I don't know if you can reach out to the Mary. I don't know. Well, I know she on Facebook.
Where they follow you at?
But I don't know if she.
Where they follow you at online?
Inbox her.
How they follow you online? Where they find you at?
You find me at Rare Cloth Apparel, but also Mr. Lymon. That's more just my regular page where I just put out images with the family and try to put out positive messages.
So, but you want more people to follow Rare Cloth Apparel?
No, I say follow Mr. Lymon. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to lead you to Christ. You'll follow both. It's more of those things where it's like, I'm kind of like, I'm on it, but it's like, I'm not really fully focused on that.
Tell me why you, yourself, did you lead your wife to Christ? Or did she already know Christ?
No, this is crazy, man. I met my wife when I was Dilly Boy, and I couldn't get her.
Word.
She ignored me.
Word.
I had the jewelry, I had the bling, I had the, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, I ain't about to be another one of them girls at the shows. Like, so I knew her, and after I became a Christian, then she hits me up. But she didn't really know the change. And we went on a date, man, at Applebee's right there on Maryland Parkway.
Right.
And I'm like a Christian. I've been a Christian probably like 6-7 months, and I'm still battling with a lot of stuff. And it was one of those battles. It was like, man, what do I do? Do I run the game or do I, do what I need to do? Okay. So it's crazy because I talked to her about Christ, and she was in that situation in her life where she was going through some things and had been through some stuff, and she ended up getting baptized the same night.
Word.
Our first day she got baptized.
Wow.
And we just built, man. It just happened fast, bro. Like,
so why is it important for you to introduce people to Christ?
And let me put this out there too. She had 3 other sisters, so it's 4 of them all together. Let me make sure, right? Amber, Diamond, Chris. Yeah, it's 4 of them all together. She got baptized and spread the light all the way down.
Oh, word.
And they are Christians. All of her sisters, they are beautiful.
Right.
They are women of God.
Yeah.
And it just little moments like that, just seeing how God worked. Yeah. I know can't nobody tell me it's not a God, bro. Can't nobody tell me just how he worked, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
well, then that answers my next question of why it's important for you to introduce people to Christ.
Because, like I said, like you get caught up in this world and all these material things and all this stuff gon' perish. The scriptures talk about the world and the works in it gonna be burnt up. Ain't gonna be no rapture. Everything gonna be burnt up.
Right.
In the twinkling of an eye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you can see it, it's gonna burn up. You know what I'm saying? And not just worrying about the wrath of God, but just the love for God, that he died, he bled, was beat and ridiculed and mocked.
Right.
An innocent man.
Right.
For our sins, for our transgressions.
Yeah.
He was bruised.
Yeah.
And we could have went through that.
Yeah. So
just knowing that, I'm like, man, it's important. The scriptures tell us that our whole purpose is, what it say, the whole duty of man is to keep the law. This is the whole duty of man. To serve God. The whole I'm paraphrasing, but
no, I feel you.
It's the whole duty of man. That's our whole duty. The whole purpose why we here on earth. You know what I'm saying?
I am happy for you, bro. You know what I mean? I see you lighting up, man. I see you smiling, you know, when you mention your wife, your kids, you mention Christ, you know, your clothing line. Is there anything you want to leave people with when it comes to them getting your clothing? Is it a website they can go to? Is it just on Instagram, or how can they get a hold of that?
You can go to www.rarecloth.com. That's the website, and I'm doing pre-orders right now. And a lot of the items, some of the items that's coming out are only gonna be exclusive. Like I might bring out certain stuff that might not come back because that's the whole idea of it being rare cloth. Like you might not even see it again. And then we're gonna start mixing some different fabrics and different stuff you might, you wouldn't see.
You about to grow
all
it.
The time.
It's about to grow. And
but the most important thing is, like, I could tell I want to leave people with is like, seek God. You know what I'm saying? Find the Church of Christ. We got many of them out here. Romans 16:16 says, greet one another with a holy kiss. The churches of Christ salute you. So we will welcome you, anybody that want to come, and we just study the scriptures, man. We just believe what the Bible believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, none more, none less.
What church you at?
I'm at Vegas Drive, Church of Christ.
Vegas Drive, Church of Christ. Where's that located?
It's off like Vegas Drive, and I think it was like, what's that, Rancho, bro? I think it's like Vegas Drive and Rancho. I don't know the exact address, but it's off Vegas Drive and Rancho. You can Google it, and yeah.
And are you like a youth pastor or anything, or?
I'm a priest. I'm more like, well, we are priests. Once you become a Christian, we are priests. All our duties are to preach the gospel. But I'm not like a pulpit preacher. But I do preach a devotional once a month. I did it yesterday, and it's crazy because the title was "My Story Leads to His Story," which is a documentary I'm working on, and it's basically just showing how my story leads to His story, like things that I went through in my life and trials and tribulations, how it all led me to Christ. So.
Yeah. So believe I got a little time to bring you back after this break. About to go play I Can't Be Long by Mr. Lil Banks. Y'all go stream that everywhere, man. These young hitters out here in Vegas putting in work, man. They putting out that music. They putting out the videos. They getting these interviews. They making it happen out here, man. Stick around as well. We still got Deacon T's Hot Topic coming up. You already know what it is, man. Modern Word Ministries. And I need the Veg ringtone to come tell us what's popping on Sunday. So right after this, man, we got some more Hot Seat with Icy Jones on hot7025fm.com. Let's go.
I thought you was gonna ask.
Bro, they call me Banks, I need that green like my name's CeeLo. Hardcore, you ever felt the weather sub-zero? I'ma walk it like I talk it, I'm the fourth Migo. I'm just trying to stay ahead like I got the cheat code. Stay dangerous, hard to save you when I'm not a hero. Bars hot to beat, fuego, niggas shout out Mino. I keep the heat, this ain't no act, this ain't no Al Pacino. Niggas tripping, we gon' up it like I'm shooting B-roll. No cowboy, I'm a wild boy, call me Steve-O. OG Kush got my eyes low, I'm on sleep mode. Cold world, but I'm straight like I got a mink on. This just a little food for thought, something for you to think on. If you complacent where you standing, that's where you gon' sink on. Moving better, I'm a heavy stepper like my feet swole. Got a taste of this life and that got me on FEMO. Fuck your watch, fuck your chain, who you tryna bling on? I'm tryna cop a RA and put that bitch in speed mode. Flash in, get you Jackson, I ain't talking Tito. Blast them, that's a basket, I ain't talking free throw. Swear this dope ain't been the same since they made it legal. Fuck with the plug, can't say his name, but shout out my peoples. This just a quick one off the brain, I told you I can't be long. Swear this just part one, wait up on the sequel.
Yo, that was Mr. Lil Banks with I Can't Be Long. Go find that streaming everywhere, man. You already know, like I said, these young hitters out here in Vegas doing this music, man, rapping. They got it cracking out here. Matter of fact, on Sunday, we're going to be over there at 3 Star Bar making it happen with the Veg ringtone. Oh, Texas Station. They came up in the game. See, I would have went on Sunday to the wrong place. Right. We stepping up. Is this mic on? We stepping up. Before we talk about that though, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to AAA Certified Solar, man, for all your solar energy needs. Address right here in Vegas, 2625 East Craig Road, Suite G, North Las Vegas, Nevada, 89030. Once again, shout out to AAA Certified Solar, 702-331-1511. Get at Johnny Richardson, Anthony Rankin, Ariel, or even myself will take care of your solar power needs, and it saves you a ton of money, man. Once again, that's AAA Certified Solar, 702-331-1511. And make sure on Sundays at 2 p.m. that you get down there to Modern Word Ministries, 237 North Stephanie in Henderson inside the Encounter Church at 2 p.m. So make sure you visit Deacon T in Modern Word Ministries. He'll be up at about 45 after the hour and give us that hot topic. You already know what it is, man. So what we got going on Sunday, bro? What's your name?
Hey, my name is Michael Finley, a.k.a. Mike Finn.
Oh, you Mr. Finley's pops. Nice to meet you, sir. Shout out, Mr. Finley, man. We smack.
Yes, sir. Well, actually, with Vegas Ringtone, Mike Elliott and the crew, and we're doing a thing over at Texas Station on Sunday on the 26th. It's a variety show, and you got some of the top models over there. I myself will be a part of it. I'm old school R&B singer.
Dope. I'll be modeling, too. Yeah.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
And we have comedians and rappers.
Okay.
We got some good little rappers over
See,
there.
we got Vegas in the building, man. We got the musicians getting it popping out here.
Yes, sir. And actually, the show, it's going to be a great show. I was fortunate. Mr. Elliott, Michael, called me and said he needed a old school R&B singer. So my name came up. So there it is.
100, man. So you know who we got hosting over there? Who we got hosting? Can you get?
Actually, the host is going to be Miss Arkansas.
She's super funny,
Yeah,
bro.
she is.
She's super funny. Shout out Miss Arkansas.
Shout out. Yeah, she is super funny. I mean, on and off the stage. You don't know if she's on the stage or off the stage. That's just how funny she is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tell me about the vision. If you know Mike, or if you just joining, let me know about your thoughts on the Veg ringtone and why people should come out on Sunday.
Well, actually, I've been knowing Michael ever since he was born.
Okay.
So I saw him grow up, I saw what he was about as far as being a producer and everything. He was one hell of an athlete. I mean, but as far as his growth is with Veg ringtone, I saw him when he started off. He told me what he was about, and I just sat back and watched him, and thus far he's growing. He's nurturing a few things, that he's ironing out, but he's getting there. And with the support, of the community and everything, and everyone, I think it'll be a success.
For sure. So tell them what time, where it's at, and what day.
Okay, it's going to be at the Texas station from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's on Sunday the 26th. So set your calendar, 26th of this month.
Yes,
so
sir.
that's this Sunday.
The Vague Ringtone.
Vague Ringtone.
Yes, sir.
In the house.
All right, thank you, Mr. Finley.
I'd like to thank you.
For sure, man. All right, I'm about to play one of my tracks off my new album, Gospel Trap Music. It is called All of Them, and then we're going to bring Mr. Augustus back for a few minutes, and then we're going to get into Deacon T's Hot Topics, and then Hot Seat with Icy Jones will catch you next Thursday. But don't forget, tomorrow we got my rap mentor, 12 p.m. right here on hot7025fm.com. Let's go.
I be with all the gangsters, I be with all the dealers, I be with all the thugs, I be with all the killers, I be with all the gangsters, I be with all the dealers, I be with all the thugs, I be with all the killers. Tryna put God in them, tryna put God in them, tryna put God in them, tryna put God in them. I be with all the gangsters, I be with all the dealers, I be with all the thugs, I be with all the killers. I be in the trap house, man, I'm talking late night. I be in that thing late night to the daylight. Got a problem with God trying to get their faith right. Tell the gospel on the mic, no fear and no stage fright. I do not care if you feeling me, I do not need your validity. Yeah, I be with B's and G's and C's, they in my vicinity. Yeah, I'm like in a Pac and B.I.G, you cannot get rid of me. Yeah, don't step to me like a child, man, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I be at the bar, yeah, I be at the club. Yeah, my bros is hard. Yeah, my bros a thug. Yeah, I be showing heart. Yeah, I be showing love. Yeah, never turn my back. Yeah, never switched up. Yeah, they know that I'm real. Know that I've been in the field. Yeah, they know that I dodged them bullets. They know that I could have been killed. Yeah, they know I relate. Yeah, trying to put food on my plate. Yeah, gotta feed them kids. Yeah, make sure the family's straight. They calling me big bro. They calling me OG. Yeah, they calling me to the church. Yeah, they calling me to the street. Out the mud. You see the dirt on my cleats. We be mobbing thick. 50 niggas deep. I be with all the gangsters. I be with all the dealers. I be with all the thugs. I be with all the killers. I be with all the gangsters. I be with all the dealers. I be with all the thugs. I be with all the killers. Tryna put God in them. 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 I be with all the gangsters. I be with all the dealers. I be with all the thugs. I be with all the killers.
What's going on? Welcome back to Hot Seat with Icy Jones. I just wanted to bring my brother Augustus Lymon back in for just some little bit more information. So you got a cameraman in here today. You want to give him a shout out?
Hey, shout out to my man Robert.
Definitely. And so you are you shooting something? Are you documenting something? You doing a documentary or something?
Yeah, I'm doing a documentary.
Okay. And when can we expect that?
Soon.
All right, cool.
And the word to tip, expeditiously.
And then they can find you where?
They can find me on Facebook.
Okay.
At Augustus Lymon.
Okay.
Instagram, Mr. Lymon.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, the documentary is just because when I was in the rap world, I was in the media heavy. So I'm just I haven't been behind the camera in like 6 years. 6-7 years and stuff like that. And it was crazy. Like, you know how you hear about. And when I went and did like a little song. It was crazy because you know how they talk about the people where they get the rust on them. Mm-hmm. And I actually was in the booth like, I was like, dang, like I was tired, I was hot. It was different. So
but wait.
I'm just getting used. That's why I appreciate you allowing me this platform to come and just get used to, you know, being back in that seat because, you know, I'm just trying to get better at speaking. Like I speak from the pulpit and I'm a critic of myself. I critique myself a lot. So I know when I'm there. Right. As far as like, but that's one of my favorite words is perseverance. So I continue to go up there once a month, preach from the pulpit, get my lesson together,
Right.
And do it. And even though I know I'm not there yet, but continue to. That's the message I want to put out. Just continue to keep going. Whatever you're doing, continue to persevere. You know what I'm saying?
Lymon is Lymon.
Yeah.
All right. So Mr. Lymon on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then Augustus Augustus.
Yeah, you got it.
And then that's Lymon over there too.
Yep.
All right. And then Rare Cloth Apparel.
Yep.
Is the name of the clothing line.
Yep.
And they can get at it through Instagram as well.
Yep.
All right. For
Be
sure.
looking forward to that documentary. My story leads to his story. Dropping in a couple of weeks, man. Hopefully we'll get that out to y'all and just tap in with me, man. Anybody got any questions about biblical things? Hit me up.
Yeah.
I'm an open book.
Yeah.
Let's
that's
talk.
why I want. That's a great segue. I want to bring Miss Deacon T. That's Mr. Tom Moore in the building. Modern Word Ministries. I'm gonna have you switch seats with him, but he's a faith-based teacher and preacher, man.
Man, well, maybe you should keep me on, man. I got some questions.
Let me, yeah, we got 10 minutes, but I'm gonna give it to him, Deacon T. So switch with him for me, and I want you guys. Oh yeah.
Hey, we got to do a segment too. Like,
wait. Let him come in. Let him come in.
All right, let him come in.
What's happening, man?
You happening. It's all about you, man. It's your world. For real.
Man,
for
if
real.
I had your hand, I'd cut mine off, man.
Hey, I'm with you. You know, everybody looks at everybody else wants something they got, and then they get it and realize it wasn't about all that anyway.
Right.
You know, the 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what you're living in, it's only going to be 80% of what you want to be. So when you change, you're just changing one issue for another issue. Mm-hmm. Like changing girlfriends, you know. Mm-hmm. You saw her over there and thought it was all that, and then when you got in it, it was all that, but it had other issues.
Right.
You know, it wasn't all that.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah.
It's that. It's all
Grass
good.
ain't always greener. So what's the hot topic, man?
You know, last week we were talking about them crabs in the bucket.
Yeah.
And this week we're going to talk about with promotion comes responsibility. So if you are one of the people who God has put his hand on and promoted, and this is a little secret, that's everybody. Okay? All right? So you think you ain't promoted, you promoted.
Yeah.
You woke up today, you still blinking and breathing on your own. You ain't on a ventilator.
Yeah.
Right? You ain't got somebody, having to wheel you in here.
Promoted.
You blessed.
Yeah.
So, but if you're a father, you blessed. Yeah. If you a partner to somebody else, you blessed. You got a JOB, you blessed.
Say
you got
that.
a CAR, you blessed. You got more than 42 cents in your pocket, you blessed.
Say that.
So with these promotions that God has given you comes responsibility. Yeah. And that responsibility is to do something with what God has given you. That doesn't mean just do something for yourself, you greedy little person, you, right? And it's applied to me too. You know, a lot of times I want to make it all about me, and the truth is God didn't make it all about himself when he put Jesus here. So maybe we should learn from that lesson, just saying. But, there are so many people out here who are looking to people who got promoted. You know, people look at me and go, oh, man, you got it going on. How'd you do all that?
Right.
Newsflash, I ain't got it going on.
Right.
I'm looking for the end of the month to get a check just like you are. Yeah. You know, it's all the same. Right. But people look at you. Your children look at you. Your spouse look at you. People looking at you, and they're looking at you for guidance and for leadership. Yeah. And that comes when you get these things. You know, the last guest was talking about, how he get up and give the word sometime and do that. As soon as you get up on that stage or up on that altar, or wherever you get, and you get behind that mic, you have taken on a whole nother level of responsibility. And, God doesn't play around with you. If you play around with him, it ain't going to turn out good for you. Right. So he gave you something. He gave you something for a reason. And, I preached on this before in a whole nother context, and that is God gave you a gift, but that gift ain't for you. That gift might be for me. So you owe me, and I'm here to collect. You may remember that was my sermon one Sunday. You owe me, and I'm here to collect. And but seriously, everybody is somebody to somebody. Yeah. And so we got to remember that. We got to remember it in our actions every day, and how we speak to people, and how we treat people, and how we act when we driving or at the grocery store. Right. You know, I can't get up on Sunday and talk about Jesus this and Jesus that, and then get a case of the red butt and get all crazy just because somebody cut me off in my car and in front of my kids. You know, stuff get crazy. Yeah. And I tell you a little short anecdotal story here. This is before I was saved, by the way, a long time ago. My daughter in the car with me, and this dude came flying out of the side street. And I had to jam on the brakes, and she in the back of my truck, and she was in a car seat. So that's how small she was. And she said just like this, "Daddy, don't call that man a MF. That's a bad word." And she didn't say MF.
Right.
And she was like, she was in a car seat, so I don't know how old she was. Right. So what does that tell you about what she had heard me be saying and doing, right? Yeah. So again, you a father, you a big brother, you just a dude on the street. You don't know it. Somebody is looking at you. Yeah. So with what God has given you comes this responsibility to act right. Check yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. I appreciate you in your feelings. Unfortunately, it ain't about you. Right. And we don't care about your feelings. And I ain't trying to hurt your feelings. We care about you in a Christian way about your feelings. But when you living in your feelings, you know what? As long as your feelings stay inside you, it's cool. Yeah. When your feelings start like cutting me off in my car and jumping out in front of me and acting stupid and calling me out of my name and dealing with my woman a certain kind of way or doing any of that, I'm sorry, but your feelings going to get checked. And it's so easy for us to get in our own feelings, especially when we're struggling. Yeah. And
emotional
we all struggling.
Responses.
And we all struggling. Yeah. And we tend to revert. I can tell you this. I've been saved a minute, not forever. But I'm going to tell you, you put enough fire on me, you get enough in my face and in my grill, I go right back to T-Boy. Mm-hmm. I will. I go right back to the street, man.
That's hurt, harm, and danger.
I mean, and when you put me there, and it's so hard to remember, that's the time when you need to step up to your salvation. That's the time when you need to gird up and not go back, you know, to what I used to be.
But do you turn the other, that's a good question, do you turn the other cheek when you feel like you're in hurt, harm, and danger? Or do you turn the other cheek figuratively? Or do somebody really smack you and then you hand them the other cheek? And that's you know, because what people seem to think is that Christians may be soft or they should be nonviolent, which means, you know, we don't go after it.
Correct.
But if feel like I'm in hurt, harm, or danger, that's protection mode. And
absolutely.
That's why Christians own guns.
So if you think I'm soft, you come down 237 North Stephanie Street. Okay, on Sunday, 2:00. Right. But see how that turned out for you. I put my little self up on your grill.
And that's you know why you should be able to carry. Like I shouldn't be able to see this on the screen, but I seen the man shoot the two people in the church recently. Mm-hmm. You know, and then I guess he got murdered as well. But you know that type of stuff. But we don't provoke. You know,
no, it's not your job to go out and seek it out. And you know what? Just because somebody, I'm sorry, disrespected you, grow up. Yeah. Just because somebody called you out your name, grow up. Somebody coming to put hands on you, you have a responsibility to protect the vessel that God gave you. Yeah. Now, what does that mean? That means appropriate response. So if the guy come over and grab you by your shirt, does that mean you put two live ones in his face? Yeah. When you could have just pushed him against the wall and walked off? Right. So you have to be moderate in your approach. But I am not advocating, and anybody who does, I would take exception to, that if somebody come walking up to me and put hands on me or going to harm my family, that I should be just saying, in the name of Jesus, I wish to just be stopped. No. No. I'm sorry. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah. Come up and get near me, or my family especially. Get near. You can get closer to me and you can get my family. You get close to my family? No, that ain't going to.
Now, with 2 minutes left, right, tell them two things. One, how did you get started into ministry and being the modern word, being different, and then where can they find you at on Sunday?
I got started in it truthfully because my wife pushed me into it. My wife came to me, this is why I love my wife. My wife got me saved back in the day, and you know that story, when I thought there was nothing left for me at all. and I was thinking about doing harm to myself. My wife said, when you figure out God is all you got, then you figure out God is all you need. And she got me saved. I got baptized. You know how that goes. And I was a deacon at church and doing that. And then I was on the road, and people would ask me to, hey, teach something or preach something or do something, and I would do that. And one day she said, as the head of the house, you're responsible for the blessings that flow from the top down. And when you're sitting on your gift, you may be blocking my blessing and your children's blessing. Now, she did that because she knew when she threw her and the kids in, it would move me to action. So that's how I got started. We started at the house, outgrew the house. We went to the other old spot, outgrew the old spot. And then we just moved down to 237 North Stephanie Street in Henderson, Nevada, inside the Encounter Church. And that's 237 North Stephanie Street, Henderson, Nevada, inside the Encounter Church, 2 p.m. on Sunday. And what we did was, I really thought that a lot of people left church and said, man, that was a great history lesson, but I'm not sure how I use that every day in my life. And so I said, I'm going to call this, I actually was going to call it Keeping It Real. And my wife told me that was too ghetto-like. and so she came up with Modern Word. And if you come out, I'm going to be giving you word just like I'm giving it to you here today. And you've been there, and other people have been there. I just try to be real and be straight with people, and quick to tell you that it's a challenge, man. It's a real challenge to live out here and live right. And there's stuff in that book that can help you if you understand it. The book is not easy to understand, and it's a big old thick book. So when you look at it, I don't know about anybody in this room, I'm not a big reader. So when I look at the book, I'm like, nah, I'm going to pass on that, and so forth. So I just try to keep it real for you.
For sure. Hey, man, we got to kill the show off today, but we'll resurrect next Thursday, man. It's your boy Icy Jones right here with Hot Seat with Icy Jones. Man, appreciate you for stopping through. Let's get these flicks, man. Absolutely, brother. Hey, man, you liking it? You feeling it? Shout out to the cameraman. Hey, man, Deacon T, appreciate the hot topic.
See you on Sunday.
See y'all next week, and don't forget tomorrow, 12 p.m., my rap mentor. We out.